Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Just want to touch base with you, let everybody know kind of what's going on in the world, with me anyway. Those of you that know, obviously, you can see a little patch on my shoulder that I'm a paramedic. I've been doing that since 1995 when I became an ALS provider. Was a firefighter for about 20 years, worked in the hospital, and I'm currently a paramedic now. And in that time, I can honestly say that the level of our healthcare has definitely gotten, I just don't want to say something, it's gotten bad. Compared to what it was when I started almost 30 years ago to where we're at now. And I got a little story. So the other day I was transporting a patient. I arrived at the facility that I was dropping this individual off. It's what they call an inter-facility. It was not a 911 call. It was him going from a hospital to a hospital because the hospital that he went to for the initial problem did not have the abilities or the capability to take care of his particular ailment. So we transferred him to another facility that had those particular specialists that could take care of his condition. I got him situated in the room, a very pleasant old man. And part of what we do is that we have to turn over care and give a report to the receiving nurse of what happened and what transpired during the transport. Pretty uneventful. The guy was stable. Vitals were phenomenal. A little bit of discomfort, as if anybody's written in the back of an ambulance knows that they are not designed for comfort. They're designed to get from point A to point B. So anyway, I got to the room and I got him situated in the room, and then I went to go find the nurse. And I found the nurse and I go, "Hey, are you our nurse for this particular patient?" And she goes, "Yes, I am." And I noticed a very distant, very cold demeanor about her. And I proceeded to give her my report, and I said, "Hey, this is what's going on." And then I look up, and her eyes were just filled with tears. I was just taken aback, and I'm like, "Whoa, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right?" And she just looked at me, and she goes, I can't do this anymore." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, I'm tired. This is my 8th patient today. I'm 8 to 1. 8 patients to 1 nurse. Granted, it was not an ICU. I believe it was a med surge. So in their defense, they were not a lot of high acuity, but 8 patients to 1 nurse. I get 1 patient in the back of my ambulance, and I have them there for 10, 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, depending on where I'm transporting to. But I'm like, I'm sorry, are you okay? She goes, "Yeah, this is not," she goes, "COVID." Oh, how can I say that? Sorry. Oh well. C wrecked me. It wrecked my idea of home health care or health care in general. She goes, I wanted to take care of patients. I wanted to care for people and help them get better. And she goes, "I can't do that anymore. It's just getting worse and worse and worse." And she goes, "And I'm sad because I can't help these people." And she just continued to cry. And I understood what she said, because for the past 3 years, it has just wrecked those of us that are in the healthcare field, both first responders, paramedics, EMTs, firefighters, and then the next continuing area was the nurses, the doctors, ICU staff, all the way down to the rehab facilities. You'd have to take care of these patients for the long term. It was heartbreaking, because there's an individual with a kind, beautiful heart that all she wanted to do was take care of people. That's all she wanted to do. And now, because of what healthcare has turned into, because of, I hate to say this, but almighty dollar and profit, it's not what it used to be. You have to make sure that, and we live in such a litigious society that anybody will sue anybody for any reason. You know, you make one small mistake, and I'm not condoning mistakes, believe me. We have to be accountable for who we are as healthcare practitioners. But it has just gotten to the point where everything seems to be, in my humble opinion, driven by profit and money. Whether it's the large corporate pharmacy corporations that are, dictating rules right and left, Medicare for dictating their rules, how things can and cannot be reimbursed, corporations that are just doing this, that are providing health care. Here in the area that I work in alone, hospitals that were once private entities have now turned into these large corporate entities. They've been bought out by nationwide and even across the globe. And they have noticed a severe change in their staffing and their abilities to take care of patients. And it's heartbreaking, because those of us that are in this field, we don't do it to get rich. We don't do it because this is, we want that house on the hill with 2 or 3 or 4 cars in the driveway, and Maserati. I like Maserati, and Porsches, and Lamborghinis, and all these mansions. No, that's not why we do it. We do it because we want to help people. We genuinely have a desire to help people. But when you have a healthcare provider standing there crying because she's tired and she just can't do it anymore, she doesn't have it in her anymore, that's scary, guys, because these are the ones that are taking care of the patients out there. And I can tell you that nurses are leaving the field in droves. It's not that there's not enough beds. There's plenty of beds. It just ain't enough people to staff them. The company that I work for is kind of the same situation. It's not like we don't have enough units to do the transporting. We just don't have enough people to staff those units. And those of us that are still coming to work and doing the job, we get inundated because overworked, stand up 24s. It's difficult. It's rough. Again, I'm not saying, I'm not complaining, I'm not whining. It is my own volition that I took the job as a healthcare provider, as a paramedic, and I understand that. But I think when it's driven by profit more so than true care and worry and concern for our patients, that you start getting substandard care, you start getting substandard results. And the ones that it ultimately affect are the ones that are coming to us in their time of need because they're hurting, they're in pain, they have conditions that require interventions, and whether they're getting them or whether they're not, because insurance companies say yes, no, or the amount that it's going to cost you because of your deductibles. It's hard, guys, and I'm tired. I've been doing it a long time. And again, my heart breaks for this nurse, and I pray for her. And I just pray that God, His Son Jesus Christ, will watch over the healthcare providers and bless those people that still are here doing the job, and to renew their hearts, minds, and spirits to continue, regardless of the circumstances that we're placed in, to perform those duties. It's just on my heart, and I felt that maybe I should share this just to give you guys an idea that there are people out there that are hurting, that are not the patients. They're the practitioners. They're the ones trying to do the job. Hang in there, folks. The world has changed drastically around us. There's so many things going on, and I got some videos coming up they're going to try to talk about and address some of those situations. But I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this video. And like, subscribe, and share. And I pray that God blesses you and your family, and keeps you safe, and watches over everyone. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.